Merrick Garland personally signed off on it.
We've known, and now this, of course, just confirms just the extent and magnitude of corruption, weaponization, and criminality that occurred in the previous Justice Department. And it is our hope, wish, and desire that there will be, obviously, total transparency and accountability for all wrongdoing. Any other questions?
Can I ask you about the USS Trump is considering plans to target paint facility and drug trafficking routes inside Venezuela? Can you speak to that? And given that Venezuela is not a cocaine-producing country, can you explain what the plans are there?
Well, so obviously I would not now or ever get into any detailed discussion to address any of the things mentioned in your question in any way, but I do want to address the broader issue of narcotics and the war on cartels and foreign terrorist organizations. So Venezuela, of course, is a central hub for narcotics trafficking across the Western Hemisphere. Also weapons trafficking, also human trafficking as well too. And we know that the Maduro regime is the Cartel de Sols, which is a recognized and designated narco-trafficking organization, and also Tren de Aragua is a recognized FTO, foreign terrorist organization. And so this is a central hub of terrorist activity across the Western Hemisphere. And just more broadly, as was made clear in the event yesterday, the President of the United States has made clear that narco-terrorists and narco-trafficking is a terrorist activity. These organizations are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere. They control territory, they field armies, they exert enormous political control over nations and regions and governments and judicial systems through extortion, kidnapping, blackmail, murder, rape. And so we kind of have a situation in the Western Hemisphere where we have large, fully militarized terrorist organizations that, again, control commerce, control travel, control political systems, control the movement of weapons, people, goods, slaves, into the form of human trafficking and sex trafficking, and of course narcotics that are responsible for hundreds of thousands of American dead. Yes.
Status of layoffs, should we expect to see more federal employees be fired from their jobs?
Well, the longer the Democrats keep the government shut down, by definition, the more people that are at risk of losing employment and, of course, income as well, too, which is very tragic. That's why we continue to push for a clean funding bill to reopen the government and pay all of the federal workers and get back to the business of the American people. Yes?
Can I ask you about the U.S. forward going to the U.S. Southern Command area being moved today? The Pentagon announced, or was beginning that movement today. Is this a sign that land strikes, are imminent?
Well, again, and I appreciate the earnestness of the question, but obviously I'm not going to answer any questions like that. I would just reiterate my previous answer, which is that these designated FTOs are the ISIS of the Western Hemisphere, and as the President made clear yesterday, they will be dealt with just as we dealt with ISIS.